Hi, everyone. Welcome to Rebel Soul Stories. I am your host, Shannon McAllister. I am an educator for conscious parenting and helping women really break the cycle of generational pain. I'm all about the truths of motherhood, and I am so excited today to have a dear friend, Courtney, who we actually met in college. I think one of the first days you were at Kellen's dorm room, and we just like hit it off. We actually ended up starting the club soccer team together with a few other women. So that was super fun to get that going at Chico State. And yeah, I'll pass it over to Courtney to introduce herself.
Hi, thank you, Shan. Thanks for having me. So fun to reconnect. So my name is Courtney Durando. I am living in Austin, Texas with my husband and our little rescue mutt. Well, he's a big rescue mutt, Bowie, and our baby who was just born in April. Her name is Stevie. I'm a personal trainer. I specialize in pre and postnatal fitness, and I've had a passion for that well before I had a baby. So been doing that for about 5 years now, and there's no looking back. I'm doing what I love doing.
Amazing. Yay. I can't wait to share your story with the community. So first, can you set the stage for us? What were you doing before going on your soul journey? Where were you working? How were you feeling? What kind of lifestyle did you have?
Yeah, so let's see. Well, I was kind of in a rut after college. It was hard to find a job. I went to school. I majored in recreation and special events and tourism. So I was in the event industry. I was working for a wedding planner who was doing no budget weddings, celebrity weddings all around the world, which was amazing because I love to travel. Um, and then I started working for a resort that was like 5-star, 5-diamond, Forbes standards kind of resort, and constantly just serving others, which I love to do. I love to serve others, but it just didn't feel right. It was just this kind of day to day. I felt very robotic. I felt very fake. I was doing what I loved by making people happy, but wasn't getting anything in return. So the event industry just wasn't where my heart was. And I knew I wanted to serve others and be a voice for people. And I'd always been passionate about health and fitness. And it just kind of took off from there. When it was actually a conversation with my older brother, and he was like, we're watching Biggest Loser. And I was like, oh, that'd be so cool to just be a trainer. And he was like, well, you can be. And I was like, really? And, did all the research for it. Got my certifications as I was still working at the resort. And the second I was just stepped into that classroom in that space of being around like-minded people, just loving health and fitness is kind of where it all took off.
Amazing. And I feel like you just kind of touched upon such an important thread. It's like, I think sometimes we get so stuck in what we should be doing or what we've already like set our path to, but it's like every single day we get to choose who we want to show up as. And if you have this passion in your heart, guess what? You get to follow it. You get to start doing it.
For sure, for sure. So it was pretty awesome, and I just felt really supported by like all my family members. I think I just in my head was like, I went to school for this. What a waste if I stopped doing what I went to school for and did something else.
Yeah. So beautiful that you like took the plunge and followed your heart. So
100.
So you get to the classroom. When did you feel like it really kick started and like shifted for you?
I'm sorry you cut out a little bit.
Oh, sorry. So you started doing the training, fitness, and like when did that shift really happen for you? When did it like kick start into like because now you do private clients and things like that, right?
Yeah. So after I got all my certifications, I moved to London with my husband. We were engaged then, but moved to London for a few years, and that's kind of where it all got started. Which was really fun because nobody knew who I was. No one knew my background. No one knew, like, it's almost just like new, like butterfly, like here I am, this California trainer, like here, like in London. And I got to start there, and which I think is really special because there they were a little bit behind in the fitness industry, and I kind of got to watch it like grow, or I feel like I watched it grow, and all these different fitness places popping up and seeing more women in the weight room rather than, on the treadmill, just different things that were just changing. And then once I started building clients there was definitely the shift of like, this is what I've meant to be doing. And I started working with a lot of women there and just clicked with them. I had a pregnant client there, and that's kind of where the whole pre-postnatal love came from, is that first client. And I don't know, just being in that like vibrant city, a new country, newly engaged, like that chapter of my life was like the best shift and most positive thing that probably could have happened.
Love that so
to get
much.
There.
Yeah, and that's like, I think too, you get like you probably got like a fresh perspective because you were in a new place, like to your point, you didn't have anyone kind of like judging you for making a transition. It was like no one knew you. You got to just show up and be whoever you wanted to be.
Exactly. It was really cool and really special, and I didn't even really realize like that like butterfly effect kind of thing, that I was just like felt like I was just evolved into this whole new space. So it was awesome.
I love that. So powerful. So then take us through maybe from London to your journey today, like where you're at.
Yeah. So then we moved to Austin, Texas, 4.5 years ago. And again, I didn't really know a lot of people out here. So it was almost like another shift. And I found a studio that was close to my house that I just started Googling in London, and ended up falling in love with the owners. Like they're a husband and wife, and they're like family to me now. I've been there ever since. But I was just trying to build my business and do like all these things. So I also worked at another gym, and then I also worked part-time for this woman doing her social media for her business. And I was just kind of putting my hands in like all these different buckets, like filling in space. Like I need to make money. I need to make money. And I was like constantly telling myself I need to make money. But I never really wanted to chase money. I'd rather chase happiness. So once I got past all that, I was training like everyone, women who are in their 60s to 30s to 20s, a couple pregnant people here and there, and then some guys. And like, I remember one day training the guy and being like, this is so boring. Like, don't get me wrong, like I love training everybody, but like I wasn't passionate about just doing that one, like the man or somebody who is in their 60s. I just was having so much fun with the pre and postnatal niche. So that's kind of when I took a stand and told the guy, I was like, hey, we gotta stop what we're doing here. Like I'm making the shift to being pre and postnatal fitness specialist, and that's only who I'm going to see. And after I put my foot down and made that decision was when all of the pre and postnatal women started finding me. And so I feel like once I shut that door of like kind of just going through the motions, I should do this, I need to make money, is like when everything kind of fell into line.
I love that. And it's like such a good point you just made. And one of our coach friends, Jacqueline Donato, has this tagline of a magnetic no. It's like once you say no, you start opening up the doors to all the things that you truly want.
Totally. And like I was saying yes so much. And I think like being in a new city too, you want to say yes to everything. And like the second I said no, I was like, this is nice.
And I think also one thing that you're really good at, and you've always been really good at, is like a mindset. You're so positive. And I think that you also bring that, I'm sure, to your clients and to like women, and like empowering them through fitness, but also like changing their mindset.
100%. Thank you for noticing that. I definitely am more of a mindset type of person. If I'm going to have a bad day, like I'll make space for it, but like I'll always try to find the positive and like choose joy rather than let myself be down about something. And just more like my training goals for women are just to have them find their best potential and be the strongest version of themselves, where I'm not like, I do not like talking about nutrition and restricting calories and weight loss. Like I want everyone to notice what their body's doing. And that just is a total mindset thing too.
I love it. I know you're all about balance. I love how you're like, yeah, pizza today, but I worked out. It's
Like, oh, go on.
and it is. It's all
And
about
yeah,
balance.
yeah, totally. Because you're restricting yourself from things like, what's the point?
Yes,
Like
life's
if
too
you're gonna
short,
be
man.
miserable, yeah, I mean, get the pizza.
Yeah, get the pizza, girl.
Yeah.
I love that that was your first meal in the hospital.
Oh yeah, for sure. My husband was like, "What do you want to eat?" I was like, "What do you think?" Pizza.
Give it to me.
Yes.
So, what's been one or a few of your most soul crushing moments along your journey, and how did you turn that into like gems of wisdom or like a learning lesson?
I would say this is kind of a hard thing for me to talk about because it's a little new, but I think one of my soul crushing moments would be um, a little kind of a fallout with my best friend, with one of my best friends growing up, my friend who I've had the longest. Just we kind of lost connection, and I was trying so hard to almost like win her back. Almost felt like a high school breakup when you're just like, I'm going to keep doing everything I can to like get this boyfriend back, but
Yeah.
a little different because it's not, a loving relation or a relationship with love is friendship and like sisterhood. And I think that moment was just me not knowing why. And then just always trying to like please her, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And her just being like, cool, and moving on. And then finally took a moment where I was like, what am I doing? People
Yeah.
pleasing. I'm recovering people pleaser. But just making the decision to put my foot down and give her space and give myself space. And then that actually turned into a super incredible evolving journey for me, where I like dug really deep in and was just doing things like journaling and all this gratitude practice, and just knowing that I don't need one person in my life who loves me. I have so many people in my life who love me, and I have amazing friendships, and didn't need to keep trying to please this person, and which led to me not people pleasing other people. So I just found so much love deep within me, and I think that was just, it was needed.
I love that. So powerful. And I'm sorry that you had to go through it. I know, I know it's hard to kind of
Yeah,
shed like layers of ourselves, but sometimes it's so necessary to get to that like next evolved version of us.
totally. And like we are different people on with major different things happening in life, and that's okay. And we've actually reconnected and are working through that, and I think that's even more beautiful because we're like feel so real inside.
Yes. And it's no longer that kind of surface, not surface level, but like kind of like that your give and take kind of relationship. Now you're like coming and meeting together on such a deeper level.
Yeah, yeah. So I think that would be my shift. And I know that a lot of people lose connection in touch with people, and it just like crushes them, but there's always, can always keep going.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you for sharing. I know
Yeah.
that that can be vulnerable and hard. I
I
know I
mean,
can.
it's, it happens, and I would love for other people to know that that's normal when it happens.
Yes. I feel like too, especially when you step into the role of motherhood, your priorities kind of shift, your
Oh,
schedule shifts, and there are certain people that just kind of fall out of your life naturally. So especially for the mamas listening, like that is so normal to have shifts in friendships and shifts in relationships. So
totally. And it's just like such a different life, and you have this little being that you just take care of, and you love so much, where it's like nothing else is important, only this person, this tiny human.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, if you could give younger you a piece of advice, what would you give her and why?
I would tell her that everything's going to be okay. um, and that you can't, almost literally everything in your life is out of your control. Um, I feel like I spent a lot of my time and um, just a lot of my time in the past, like trying to control everything and be in control. But it's like, I can't control the weather. I can't control the traffic. I can't, I just like had to let these things go in order to keep moving forward. And I would always stress about things like, jobs or relationships, friendships, all these different locations, all these different things. And it's like, it doesn't matter. Like everything's just going to work out. And I just kind of learned to let it go and ride the wave and keep rolling.
So true. And it's like literally all like each person can only control their thoughts and actions and beliefs. That's like all you can truly control. Everything else is going to do what they're going to do. The world's going to do what it's going to do, but we can only control like how we show up. So I love that you said that, because I think such a big lesson for everyone right now is, just focus on yourself and what you and how you show up in the world. That's literally all you can control, and like let go of the rest.
Yeah, all you got to do is show up. So
just do
it.
Yeah. So what is up next for you, girl?
What is up next? So all the things. I'm just getting back into work. So I was on maternity leave for the last 5.5 months. So that's really exciting. I'm seeing my clients, most of my clients don't want to be in the studio. I see them virtually, and I just launched an ebook with one of my friends who's a physical therapist, and she specializes in pelvic floor health. So we together created a program. It's called Baby Steps Fitness. It's a 6-week postpartum program that's geared to re-strengthening your core, learning how to connect your breath, and slowly getting back into exercise. So I personally was terrified getting back into exercise, and I've been working out literally my whole entire life from the time I could walk. And so this program really helps me prepare for that and be the strongest version of myself, and feel in control of my body. So that's coming up next, and we're really excited about it. And I've had great feedback so far, and it starts on Monday.
Yay, so exciting. And for everyone watching, I will link Courtney's Instagram so you can go follow her. And if you're interested in her ebook, you have a link on your Instagram. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. She has a link on her Instagram, so check it out, mamas. I know I'm going to get a copy since I'm probably going to start trying here for baby number 2 soon. So
yeah, it's totally safe for prenatal too. I did it actually when I was pregnant as well, and it really prepped me for all the breath work that we do in the book. Really prepped me for labor, and I had like an incredible labor and delivery experience. So amazing. Get on it.
Yes, I will. And I feel like that's such a good point that you brought up too. It's like, I think so many of us women aren't even in tune or in touch with our body. And when you get pregnant, you kind of start, at least for me, I started to really tune into my body a lot more. And so I feel like your program is like helping women to also just like tune in, get in control of your body, and like ride the experience versus like just kind of going in blindly and like not expecting like what is going to happen.
Totally. Yeah. And it's really like a lot of the breath work and core connection that we do is like feeling. And so you really have to be in tune with your body in order to do it successfully. And, you want to prevent injury and get as strong as possible. And I have a lot of mamas come to me after they have a baby and they're like, I pee when I jump. And that's common, but we don't want that to happen. So it's nice to strengthen and we've explained best that we can in this book to explain how to do that. And then I'll be doing the live classes so I can go in a little bit more in depth. But yeah, it's very exciting.
Yeah, I love that you're helping mamas. And
yes, always.
Thank you so much for coming on. And just
thanks for having me.
Good luck with your class starting and the rest of the sales of your book. And like I said, I'll link Courtney's Instagram. So if you guys want to go check it out, definitely pick up a copy of her ebook. And yay, thank you so much for coming on. It was so fun.
Thank you. Cheers. Happy Friday. Happy weekend.
Happy weekend.